Hey, so we've got a Hyundai Tucson here. It's in for a projector conversion. So halogen low beams, halogen fog lights, it does have the factory daytime running lights in this bezel around the fog lights. We don't see it on right now because the low beams are on. And that LED strip up above the low beam, sort of the eyebrow, is really just a parking light. So it's not true daytime running light brightness. It does have the amber side markers. We're going to be blacking out the side marker, doing a projector conversion, along with some other upgrades. So stay tuned to see what's happening later on in this video. And we're going to show you the output shortly so we can measure it and just analyze it. All right, here's the output. And you can see there's no real hotspot on the driver's side. It's really all on the passenger side. Customer was running aftermarket HID system in these. And Hyundais and Kias are known to have bowls that burn up. And that's probably responsible for the lack of a hotspot on the driver's side. We'll measure passenger side intensity. And we'll do that later on in the video once we convert it. So about, what was that, about 250? It's hard to see here. I think we hit about 250 lux, depending on the point, 260. So let's go with 260. We're gonna be changing out the fog lights as well. And we can analyze the beam pattern later on in the video once we get there. Thanks again. All right, we've got this Hyundai all set up. Big change is gonna be when we turn on the headlights and the fog lights and the running lights. But visually, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's a very subtle mod, but we've painted the amber reflector and the gloss surround that was here, the chrome surround that was here, gloss black to match the inner housing. So now it's seamless and there's less of a focus on that amber, and it really brings together the whole headlight. Now around the front bezel of the projector, we've added the Dynamics HD LED switchback halos. That's the 80mm. And if you look closely inside, you can see that blue coated, it's the AR coating on the G5 BRT by Xenon projectors, along with that nice crystal clear lens. Now high beams, we got the H7 CSPs by GTR Lighting, and fog lights, which you can't see, we've got the SV4 and H11 size. I'm going to show you how this all looks momentarily. So now I've put the parking lights on just so we can see that upper brow is factory. And it's a parking light. We've also added the Dynamics HD LED halos. Those are a little bit brighter than the factory parking lights. And they also are switchback, which I'll show you in a moment. So anytime the turn signal's on, they will turn to amber. Easiest thing to do is to turn on the hazards. So those inner ambers are the factory turn signals, incandescent bulbs, and the Dynamics is turning amber alongside with it, actually almost simultaneously, which is interesting because sometimes it doesn't look quite as good, but you can see the Dynamics halos are really bright, functional as a standalone turn signal. Actually, those could run alone if you wanted to, but added safety is good, and of course that looks really unique and different than all the other ones on the road. So really quick, as the HID system warms up, you can see it doesn't look that bright and it looks really blue. These are the Osram CBB bulbs. I'll show you in a moment how that looks. You can see the difference. So let's step to the front end here. Again, SV4 H11s on the fog lights. G5 BRT by Xenons in the projectors. The Dynamics HD LED halo sort of is the first thing that really you see around the projector, but if you look closely, obviously the projector's on once I focus into it. And together we get a very, very uniform look to the front end. Really modern. Got that color flicker. Show you in a second how that all looks. But I would say this is a home run. This looks really good. Customer wanted to make sure everything matches up really nicely, and I think we've definitely accomplished that. Alrighty. Wow. The G5 BRT is just absolutely amazing. Still never gets old. Once we complete these and I take these videos, I realize how good this actually looks. Super, super intense, especially with a premium bulb like an Osram CBB, CBN, or Nightbreaker. We'll do a lux test shortly. Check out the front end. What a beauty. Really, really crisp. Nothing looks too blue. Doesn't look too aftermarket at all. Actually looks really like a factory setup. Yeah, this looks really good. All right, let's see here. Let's turn off these fog lights so we can get a better idea of how this looks. Let me see. There we go. So SV4 is turning on and off. Got the bi-xenon function. So factory was single beam, which means low beam only. This is a bi-xenon system. So low and high beam out of the projector, as well as an additional LED, of course, in the high beam bowl. And I think finally we're just gonna do a lux test. I think we had an issue with the driver's side, so we're gonna test the passenger side. I just checked the video from a few days ago. We were getting about 250 lux out of the passenger side. And look how crispy and colorful that cutoff is. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Let's forget all that and let's just check where we're at. So, wow. Oh man, that's really solid. Right where it's supposed to be. We're just about 4 times brighter than the factory halogens. That looks amazing. If you guys have any questions, email us. It's info@lightwerkz.net. Check out our website. We've got all these products available. We can build this for you. Takes a few days to build if you drop off your vehicle, but we promise we'll take care of you and you'll have the nicest lights on your block for sure. Thanks again and hit subscribe, guys. Take care.